back, everybody. Mike Snow, I'm filling in Dr. Peter Glidden. This is my third Friday doing this, and I love it. I like taking your calls. I like talking to people about longevity. I like seeing people recover. Call in line 1-844-374-5433 or 1-844-DR Glidden, Glidden. We got Dr. Joel Wallach coming to Edmonton, Sherwood Park, Camrose, in Calgary. That's March 27th, 28th, 29th, and 30th. If you want more information on that, our team at teamglidden.ca will be glad to help you out. Give them a call, 1-800-705-6892. Before that hard break, we were talking to Ronaldo in New Jersey. Are you still there, buddy?
Yes. Mike.
Yeah.
What is specific minerals or protein that I will buy from you to be able to cure my diabetic too?
Well, I'll tell you what, I'm not going to tell you we cure anything. What we do is give your body what it needs so that naturally occurring systems can do their job properly. Okay? Your body was made to regulate its blood sugar properly, and we're just going to introduce specifically chromium, vanadium, and cinnamon to balance out your blood sugar. Now, that's not going to be, I mean, you might get some good effects off of that on its own, but there's some other things that you're going to have to do here, Ronaldo. You're going to have to take the healthy blood sugar pack. Now, the chromium, vanadium, and cinnamon, I was just telling another caller there, Bishop Brown, that is in the Sweeties. Now, that comes with a canister of Beyond Tangy Tangerine 2.0. And tell me this, do you have a shellfish allergy?
No, nothing.
Okay, good. I'd like to see you, instead of just doing the pack, try to break it up and there's a product called Cal Toddy and a bottle of EFA Plus. How much do you weigh, Ronaldo?
145.
145? So you're going to be taking a pack and a half, maybe start off with a 2-pack dose right off the bat. If you can only afford it, get one. And we're going to get you on the Cal Toddy, the EFA Plus, Beyond Tangy Tangerine 2.0, Sweeties, and I'd like you to see it, take an extra bottle of selenium with that. Now, are you familiar with the 10 bad food list, Ronaldo?
No, not yet.
Okay, what I'd like you to do, go back to the distributor that told you about this show and tell them that you want the 10 bad food list. Dr. Wallach identified 10 foods that are absolutely killing people in North American society. Not only that, but in European society as well. I don't know if it's as bad there, but if you can refrain from eating any of those foods, all right, all you got to do is go to fireyourmdnow.com and register your email address, and they will send you the 10 bad food list. And also they're going to send you a link to a video about why you should never, ever, ever ingest gluten or wheat, barley, rye, and oats, because that is going to mess with the whole program. Now, this is a recipe, and you got to follow it, just like making a cake. You can't make it. That's a bad example. You can't drive your car without a carburetor. How's that?
Okay.
You can't put diesel in a gas engine.
My last question. As a diabetic person, because they told me not to eat meat.
I don't see what that has to do with it.
Huh?
I don't see what that has to do with it. You need meat. You need protein.
Oh, really?
You're born with canine teeth for ripping up meat. I eat close to between 8 and 10 eggs a day, and I have steak whenever I possibly can.
Yeah, but all this organic or any meat?
I would go organic if you could. I mean, if you're supplementing with the 90 Essentials and taking your Sweeties and everything, I don't think any other way is going to hurt you. It's better to have the protein than not have it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Mike, thank you very much.
Hey, thanks for calling, Ronaldo. I hope I could help you out. That was a great call. Ronaldo sounds like he'd be hilarious to talk to. And speaking of great calls, we're going to go to Vicky over in the beautiful state of North Carolina. Vicky, can you hear me?
Yes, I can.
Great. You know what, Vicky? I love North Carolina. I got family there. I went down there and I painted houses for a year and hung out and partied with a bunch of friends. And I was actually staying in Angier, North Carolina, right outside of Raleigh. Are you familiar with the town?
Raleigh's about 2 hours from where I live.
Okay. So what do you want to talk about, Vicky?
Actually, I'm calling for a friend of mine. She went to visit her sister this weekend. Her sister has sickle cell anemia, and I have the Dead Doctors Don't Lie book, and I've looked on all your sites, and I've even talked to some of the people, and none of them can give me any information to give to her for her sister because her sister's not doing good. What can we do to get her on, or is there really not a whole lot they can do?
Okay, I've actually heard Dr. Glidden and Dr. Wallach talk about sickle cell anemia. I believe Dr. Wallach actually was able to clear it up in animals a long time before, and it's kind of the same thing with human beings. And I'm going to sound like a broken record here, Vicky, but you're going to tell your friend to get on the 10 bad food list. Show her how to get it. Go on fireyourmdnow.com. Register your email address. Dr. Glidden's office will send you that 10 bad food list. Okay? And then we're going to want her on a Healthy Start Pack per 100 pounds body weight, Ultimate Selenium.
Healthy Start Pack and then the Selenium?
Ultimate Selenium, two bottles per 100 pounds body weight. And let's try 2 bottles of plant-derived minerals per month. Now, her budget doesn't allow for that. See what you can.
I don't think that's an issue.
Oh, if that's not an issue, how much does she weigh?
Probably be around 120 to 140 pound range, somewhere in there.
Yeah, if she's anemic, she probably doesn't weigh much. Kate, get her a healthy start pack. Ultimate Selenium, 2 bottles of plant-derived minerals. Start there, and make sure that she follows that 10 bad food list. Otherwise, it's not going to work for most people. That she's going to have a hard time getting those vitamins and minerals and amino and fatty acids into her bloodstream due to a compromised small intestine. And what I'd like you to do is just stick right with her, have her watch her weight, have her monitor her health, have her keep real close track of how she feels, how she's sleeping, how she's waking up, if she's able to think clearly during the day. What I've found with a lot of people, Vicky, is that they'll experience big improvements and they don't even know it until you start talking to them. I've had people, they'll be taking some products for about 3 months, and I ask them, how you doing? Is it working? They're like, I don't know. And I ask them, well, how do you feel? Well, actually, I do feel better. Well, how are you sleeping? Actually, I've been sleeping better than in years. So, sometimes it happens so gradually that they just feel good and they don't even notice it. So stick with her, work with her, and she can be a testimony to her family and her friends or anybody else around her. Does that sound good to you, Vicky?
Yes, I will let her know. Now, I have a question, because I actually take the minerals. I actually just started the healthy blood sugar level minerals.
Okay.
Well, I think I've been on for almost 2 weeks now. Now,
right.
How long do I really need to be on that until I can switch over to just the general, or is that something you stay on lifetime?
Well, that's up to your body, Vicky. I mean, here's the deal. You're going to have to keep real close track of everything. And I would not, if I was you, you got to remember, I'm not a doctor, but if I was you, here's what I would do. If you're looking to get off the sweeties, stay on them until things have improved significantly to where you could say they're normal and been normal for a while. And then if you're going to try getting off of stuff, then start taking away slowly. But you got to maintain the 90. Okay, the 90 is bare minimum. Like myself, I've been on it a long time, and I take the Start Pack minerals, Immortalium, Selenium, HGH Youth Complex, Glucogel Plus. I really like the products. So if I try something and it works, I keep it. I'm able to do that. But if you have blood sugar issues to begin with, if you get yourself out of the weeds and you start cutting back on the sweeties, you could find yourself back there. Now, maybe once you're out of the weeds and things are operating, you might be able to, but I would just, whatever you're going to do with that.
On the sweeties. I'll probably stay on that.
Well, yeah, what were you thinking of getting rid of?
Going from, like they got the Osteo FX and that liquid. See, I have a really bad gag reflex, and I just don't like that taste. Is there a pill instead of the liquid that you can actually get?
Oh, I see. You're using the Osteo FX specifically, like the liquid or the powder?
Whatever it came in the starter kit that had the tangy tangerine stuff and the Osteo FX. I also have the selenium, the sweeties. Okay, but
tell me this, is the Osteo FX a powder or a liquid?
A liquid.
Okay, what I'd like you to do, here's what you can try. Switch to the Cal Toddy. Okay? Cal Toddy, in my opinion, tastes 100 times better than Osteo FX, but that's just my opinion. And that should be all right for you to do. Try that out. It tastes like an orange creamsicle with your tangy tangerine.
All right, then that's what I'll do. I'll get on I'll call the guy we ordered it from and go ahead and get that sent out and try that.
Yeah, give that a try, Vicki. And if that doesn't work, there's also the powdered Osteo FX. A lot of people don't like it, but who knows? It's all a matter of taste. Also, what you could try doing is just diluting it more. Like, are you drinking it fairly fast?
I drink it down as fast as I can get it, but I have a really bad gag reflex and a very sensitive palate, so I can taste it.
Well, you could even try diluting it more and just drinking more water. Vicki, take those suggestions, see what you can do, see if you can help out your friend with anemia, and keep in touch when Dr. Glidden's on. I'd love to see how you're doing. We'll be back after this. Welcome back. We are live. Mike Phillips filling in for Dr. Peter Glidden. On deck, Joe, Lynette, Jill, and Joel. That's a lot of J's. Joe, Lynette, Jill, and Joel. Mike Phillip, TeamGlidden.ca. We're here to help you out. 1-800-705-6892. You want to join up with a dedicated group of individuals. We'll look no further because we are it. That's 1-800-705-6892. Now, if you want to find out more information about this thing called longevity and the better life that comes with it, we got your number, pal. Let's go over to Joe. He wants to bring up the C word. How you doing, Joe? Joe, are you there?
No, this is Ms. Rue.
Okay, how are you?
I'm great. He had to get off the line. Anyway,
okay.
His father has stage 4 cancer, colon cancer.
All right. How old is he?
I believe he's in his late 60s, early 70s.
Stage 4, hey?
Yeah, just the beginning.
Yeah. Well, we just might be able to catch this in time. Now, remember, we don't heal nothing. We don't cure nothing. The body heals itself. We're just going to introduce a few things. Now, the cornerstone of that is the Healthy Start Pack in conjunction with the 10 Bad Food List.
Right.
And if we're looking at cancer, then we want to support and promote the body's natural ability to fight that off. Now, Clement University did an independent study on tangy tangerine and found that it would absolutely obliterate colon cancer a high percentage of the time. All right? So we want this guy jitterbugging in short order. We want him on that 10 bad foods list. We want him on a Healthy Start Pack, 1 per 100 pounds body weight.
Right.
And if I was you, I would get him some Z-Radical and selenium. Z-Radical and selenium. All right?
Okay.
And if he can afford it, I would even throw in some of the Immortalium.
Right. Okay.
All right? So how did you find out about this show?
I'm a rep. I'm calling for him.
Oh, okay, yeah. Sorry about that. Okay, so you got all that written down?
I do.
Well, you're easy to talk to. You've been on Longevity for a while?
This is Madru.
Drew, I'm so sorry. I did not understand when you said your name.
That's okay. That's okay.
Yeah.
He got off the line, but that's okay. I'm going to let him listen to this, but I got his question answered.
I'm sorry. I got a bad, sometimes it gets a little bit scratchy in my earpiece here, and I didn't understand your name, but I hope we gave you some good answers there. I think that's going to make a big difference for him. Hopefully it does. Keep in touch with this guy and let us know how it's going. Madru, thanks for calling. We're going to switch over to Lynette. Lynette, are you there?
Yes, I am.
How you doing, Lynette?
Good today.
Good today. So it's a good time to call, huh? I understand you have some migraine troubles.
Migraines, IC, and chronic sinusitis.
Okay. How long have you been listening to this show, Lynette?
I actually got this number. I listened. Was on watching Benny Hinn a couple of weeks ago, I think, and I just been kind of thinking about it.
All right. Well, you come to the right place. I've known several people that have actually gotten over migraines, people that had them their whole life, people that had to sit in a dark room for days because they couldn't even look at light, otherwise it caused them pain.
But so I take Dilaudid every day, and imipramine and all kinds of stuff.
Yeah. Now, here's the deal. Have you got a pen?
Get one. Yep.
Okay.
Okay.
You're gonna go to fireyourmdnow.com.
Okay.
fireyourmdnow.com. Once you're there, you're going to see an area where you can register your email. Dr. Glidden's staff is going to send you a list of foods that you should never, ever even be downwind of, okay? Now, the biggest one with the migraines and the problems with your stomach and that, gluten. You cannot eat barley, rye, oats, or grains anymore. You're going to have to find another way to do things, but I tell you what, it's not as hard as it sounds. It sounds daunting at first, but it's easy to do once you get into it. We went gluten-free a long time ago, and we've never looked back. I eat better than I ever have. I feel better than I ever have. We're going to hold you over for this break, Lynette. Talk to you on the other side. Joe and Joel, hang on. We'll get to you. Mike Phillip filling in for Dr. Glidden back after this. I don't want to work, but I'm doing this all day. I do like playing my drums, though. Lynette, are you still there?
Yes, I am.
Okay, let's talk about your IC. Okay, this is chronic. Yeah. Now, also, again, with the migraines. Now, when you've got stuff like this going on, oftentimes you're looking at gluten is the culprit. Okay? So you've got gluten problems going. Pardon me?
For IC too?
Yeah, that's part of it. Get that 10 bad food list off of fireyourmdnow.com. Okay, and I'm gonna recommend a few products to you to take through Longevity. Have you got a pen on you?
Yes, I do.
All right. First of all, write this number down: 1-800-705-6892. That's 1-800-705-6892. Now, how much do you weigh, Lynette?
126.
126 pounds. Okay. So we're going to get you on one healthy body start pack per month. Okay? One healthy body start pack per month. I'd like you to take 2 bottles of selenium. Okay? 1 bottle of immortalium. How is your budget? Do you have budgetary issues?
Of course.
Of course. Everybody does.
Money? With all this, my insurance wants to drop me bad. I've had 27 procedures to blow up my bladder so that it breaks all the nerve endings. And 27 procedures over, 7 years? They're real tired of me, the insurances.
Well, you know what? I'm a little tired of them paying for 26 procedures that haven't helped you.
Right.
I mean, think about all these procedures. Yeah. So obviously, they suck at their job.
And I have to go under anesthesia every time. It's scary.
Well, yeah. I mean, and there's countless problems with that. I don't want to scare you, but I mean, people screw up in surgery all the time.
I know.
Yeah. So.
I know it. Well, they said I can't have any citrus. So will that tangerine hurt the IC? I mean, I am questioning you, I guess, because I question everybody nowadays. So they said I can't have any citrus at all.
Yeah. Well, there's an option for that too. Okay, there's what's called the Ultimate Classic. Okay. I'm going to give you a few products here because Ultimate Classic isn't in it's not in a pack per se. But what we're going to do is we'll put one together for you. I'd like to see you take Ultimate Classic. Okay, 1 bottle per month.
Okay.
Now, 1 bottle of Cal Toddy per month.
Cal Toddy?
Cal Toddy, CALTODDY, Cal Toddy.
Okay. So
and 1 bottle
body pack?
Yeah, and 1 bottle of EFA Plus. Well, it's not a healthy body pack. We're replacing the Tangy Tangerine with a bottle of Ultimate Classic. So 1 bottle of Ultimate Classic, 1 bottle of Cal Toddy, 1 bottle of EFA Plus, and those are capsules with your essential amino and fatty acids. And I'd also like to see you take 2 bottles of selenium if you can afford it. But honestly, by the time you order your products, it's going to take a little bit of time before they get to you. And the good news about that is you've got a little bit of time to go absolutely gluten-free. You have to do it, okay? If you're going to get rid of these migraines and you want your body operating properly, gluten-free is the key. And there's a few other things that you got to do on there. No fried foods, no oil in a bottle, peanuts, things like that. So you just get that list. Call that number, 1-800-705-6892, and we'll help you get your hands on those, and they'll even walk you through getting your hands on that 10 bad food list. Does that sound good to you, Lynette?
Yes, it does.
All right, so
I
listen,
take lots of medicine, though, so that's okay, right?
Yeah, it's not going to hurt. It's not going to inhibit the drugs or hurt them, but you're going to have to keep an eye on things, and if they start getting better, you're going to want to think about getting off of those drugs. You know what I'm saying?
Right. Well, I want off them. Dilaudid is terrible.
Yeah, so if things start getting better, talk to your pharmacist and tell them, I'm feeling a lot better. I'd like to wean myself off the drugs. And he'll be able to come up with a strategy for that. And, I'd like you to monitor your situation. And if you're having any problems, sometimes calcium can be very, very difficult to digest, okay? So you're going to have to take this stuff slowly over the course of a day. Real slowly, just a little bit at a time, okay? Because if you pile it on, it's just going to go straight through you. You want to absorb it into your body from your small intestine. And if you've been eating gluten your whole life, which I'm guessing you have, that it might take a little bit of time before you're able to absorb it. Now, with a limited budget, we want to get the maximum bang for your buck. So take this stuff very slowly over the course of the day. You're going to take 2 ounces of Cal Toddy, 2 ounces of the Ultimate Classic, about 3 EFAs a day, and about 4 selenium capsules. If you can afford that, call that number, and those people are there to help you. Thanks for calling, Lynette. I hope you well. If things aren't working out for you, call back when Dr. Glidden is on, and he might have some different strategies or better answers for you, but that's what I would do.
Okay. Thank you.
Have a great day, Lynette. We're going to hop over to Jill. Jill, are you there?
Yes, I am.
Great to talk to you, Jill. What's up?
Hi. This past Tuesday, I had extreme abdominal pain. I was about to pass out, and I couldn't walk, so they rushed me to the hospital, and they diagnosed me to have enlarged cysts on my ovaries. They said that they had burst, and that's what it had caused the pain.
Oh man, that's no good.
Yeah, so I am a distributor with Youngevity, so I'm already taking the Healthy Body Start Pack and selenium and pollen burst, and so I was kind of wondering, at this point, is there anything else that I can do?
I would drastically up your antioxidants right off the bat. Right off the bat, and there's a couple of different ways you can do that. How long have you been on the product?
I have been taking the product since last August.
Since last August, and have you been faithfully following the 10 bad food list?
No, I haven't.
Okay, that's number one. You got to do that, Jill. You can't cheat on your program and expect good results. It's all a piece of the pie. You hear what I'm saying?
Right, okay.
Yeah, do you have the 10 bad food list? Did you hear me telling the last caller?
Yes, I have it. Yes.
Okay, good. Now you gotta follow that, otherwise you're gonna mess things up. The oil in a bottle and fried foods, that's free radical damage. And in our view, that is a direct, a big part of ovarian cysts. Also, if your budget allows for it, you want to up your ORAC value, and you can do that several different ways. You can, I don't know what you can afford, but there's the healthy chocolate. That has a huge ORAC value. Immortalium gives you 10,500 a day. Cell Shield RTQ will give you, I believe, around 5,000 per day. And it works with your body to prevent these kind of things from happening. So you're in the weeds, but I think you'll be able to get out of it. Just the Z Radical is also really good for that as well. You've got nasty little free radicals floating around you and you attaching to things and causing cell destruction, and you need to get a handle on that. And a lot of people, when I started out with Youngevity, I was taking it for quite a while, but I was ignoring the 10 bad food list, and I felt better. And I'm guessing you probably did a little bit too right off the bat, but it didn't really take off for me until I really started paying attention to what I was eating and, just anything that I was putting into my body with the products. So, but if you do things right, I predict that you will get out of the weeds on this. Sound good to you, Jill?
Yes, it does. Thank you so much.
Absolutely. So look into the healthy chocolate. The Immortalium, Cell Shield RTQ, Z Radical. Z Radical doesn't even really have an established ORAC, but it's got fucoidan, and fucoidan is a 1-2 punch with cancer cells. It's not a cure, but your body takes it, and it's like a set of MMA fighting gloves, puts them on and goes to work. Are you hearing me, Jill?
Yes, I am. Thank you so much. Yes.
Yeah, well, you try that out, and if you're still having problems, I want you to get a hold of Dr. Glidden, all right?
Okay, I will.
All right, Jill, take care of yourself. Keep in touch with the show, and we're going to go over to an article here. Now, this really interests me because I hear Dr. Glidden talking about it all the time, and that is when drug companies go to their shareholders, they want to have profits on the table, and it doesn't matter if they're already making more money than God. That's not enough. I need 7 boats. I need 12 houses. I'll never see 3 of them, but that don't matter. I want to have them. Global News, right out of Edmonton here in good old Alberta, is reporting half of adults qualify for statins under new cholesterol guidelines. Now, I got to tell you, I went to a party a while back, and I ended up cracking a rib. That's right, I cracked a rib. And I take a whole lot of calcium every day, and I eat about 8 eggs a day. Okay? 2 things they absolutely tell you not to do. Now, my cholesterol should be through the roof, but my pulse, my heart rate, everything was perfect, bang on the money for my size. Because, they check that before they do anything. But they want to move the goalposts so somebody can make more money so they can get more people on these statin drugs, which, if you've been paying attention to the show, oftentimes result in type 2 diabetes or death. I'm going to read you a little bit of this article, and it's actually, if it wasn't so stupid, it'd be funny. I guess it is funny the way they worded some of it. Almost half of Americans aged 40 to 75 and nearly all men over 60 qualify to consider. You qualify to consider it. Cholesterol-lowering statin drugs under new heart disease prevention guidelines. An analysis concludes. So you qualify to think about it. You weren't allowed to before, but now you reach the qualifying factor. It's the first independent look at the impact of the guidelines issued in November and shows how dramatically they shift more people toward treatment. Supporters say they reveal the true scope of heart risks in America. Critics have said the guidelines overreach by suggesting medications such as Zocor and Lipitor for such a broad swath of the population. Well, that's shareholders. Shareholders want to see profits going up no matter what. And your health really does not matter to them. It's going to matter to them when it all comes crashing down on them, though, I'll tell you what. Mike Phillip filling in for Dr. Peter Glidden. We'll get more on this after the break. Be right back. Welcome back to the show. Last segment of the third installment of Mike Phillip Fridays on Fire Your MD Now radio. Now, before the break, I was talking about this new independent study where they want to they want to move the goalposts on who qualifies to consider. I mean, you got to like how that's worded. I'm going to read it again. Almost half of Americans aged 40 to 75 and nearly all men over 60 qualify. You qualify to consider cholesterol-lowering statin drugs under the new heart disease prevention guidelines. An analysis concludes. Now listen to this statement. This is hilarious. We wanted to be really objective and just quantify what the guidelines do and not get into a discussion about whether or not they are correct. I'm going to read that one more time. We wanted to be really objective and just quantify what the guidelines do and not get into a discussion about whether they are correct, says Michael Pensina, the Duke University biostatistician who led the analysis. It was published online Wednesday by the New England Journal of Medicine. Under the new guidelines, 56 million Americans aged 40 to 75 are eligible to consider a statin. 43 million were under the old advice. How are they doing? Both numbers include 25 million people taking statins now. So they got 25 million taking them now, and they want to move that up to 56 million. 56 million. That is striking. Eye-opening even. Dr. Daniel Rader of the University of Pennsylvania said of the new estimate, but since too few people use statins now, the advice has the potential to do much more good than harm, said Rader, the cardiologist who had no role in writing the guidelines. Well, I'll tell you what he does have. He's probably getting kickbacks from the drug company on however many people he puts this on. So, of course, he's going to say, this is splendid. Guidelines developed by the American Heart Association, the American College of Cardiology at the request of the federal government were a big change. They give a new formula for estimating risk that includes blood pressure, smoking status, and many factors besides the level of LDL or bad cholesterol, the main focus in the past. So, under their watch, heart disease has gone through the roof. Type 2 diabetes in Alberta, here where I live, I heard a report on Global News the other morning said that type 2 diabetes is expected to be present in 10% of Albertans within a few years. 10%. That's insane. 10% of the population. So their answer is to double down and let's do what we've been doing before, only harder. Let's get more people on these drugs. Meanwhile, everybody's breaking down Nobody can afford it. The insurance companies need bailouts because they don't lose. You do. They don't lose. You do. They get your tax dollars. Shareholders are kept happy no matter what. Well, I got news for you, shareholders. Millionaires don't live very long. Dr. Wallach found that out. All your best health care that money can buy is going to leave you butt cold in the ground. You got me? You didn't care about humanity. You didn't care about your countrymen. You didn't care about your family enough to look into something different. All you were looking at is the bottom line. And now you're going to be standing before God explaining to Him why you destroyed everybody's health on purpose. Well, I'm here to tell you there's a better way. Get a hold of teamglidden.ca. 1-800-705-6892. You'll talk to a dedicated person that wants to see you recover your health. Dr. Wallach put this out there so that people could recover. You can use this to build yourself. You can even line your pockets. What drug company pays you for telling somebody else about a statin? Unless your initials begin with MD. Mike Phillip, filling in for Dr. Peter Glidden, another awesome Friday edition. I'll see you next Friday. God bless America, God bless Canada, and God bless you.